So, Isiah Thomas was asked on a recent show how his Pistons would fare in today's NBA. He said they would still dominate. What do I think about that? I agree because I remember in '84 when they played the Denver Nuggets in the highest scoring game ever. And this was before there was no, you still had your identity. Alex English, Dan Issel, all those guys, Isiah Thomas, Kelly Tripucka, all those guys. They scored points back then. So you got to remember Isiah Thomas. I'm a huge Isiah Thomas fan. I think Zeke is one of the most underrated, underappreciated talents because he was tough. And he did have a winning record against Birds, Celtics, and Kareem and Magic's Lakers, and Jordan's Bulls and that. They went to 4 straight Eastern Conference Finals, 3 straight finals, and won back-to-back chips. So let's not act like he didn't put the work in. And he actually changed his game. A lot of people don't realize when he first came out, they were more high scoring. They were actually like an Eastern Conference team that was playing a Western style. When they became the bad boy Pistons, then they went to more defense and they changed up. But he's 100%. He 100 on it when he says that not only do I think they could win today. How do I know? Because that Pistons team with Chauncey and Rip, with Ben Wallace and Sheed and them and Tayshaun and them, you give Isiah and Joe Dumars those guys, they're gonna win a few chips. You play in today's era, they can win. Why? Because I like my chances of Isiah Thomas and Joe Dumars against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Even though they might be more athletic, people don't realize how freaky Isiah Thomas was. A lot of stuff that people get excited that Allen Iverson and Kyrie Irving did, he could do. He just compartmentalized his game to fit in with the team. Zeke got some sick handles. Even his biggest arch enemy who can't stand his guts, Michael Jordan, will tell you up and down the second best guard he saw. Zeke was a beast. And yeah, he would feast. Because the Golden State Warriors backcourt is a direct descendant of what Isiah and Joe Dumars did. With the late Chuck Daly with the making the center kind of like maneuvering the fours and the fives and blending it all up in a blender. They were doing that 40 years ago almost. So yeah, they would win. Um, would they dominate? They'd win a chip. They could win a chip. I could see it. I could see them doing it because he did say something. He said, you shoot all them threes, we're going to get rebounds and move on the break. They could run. They had a run. They went to 4 straight Eastern Conferences and 3 straight finals. That's not easy. Your body will wear out and eventually, they had their run. Let's not act like they didn't have a great run. Because as great as Larry Bird is, and he's great, he got one more ring than Isiah Thomas. And he went to 5 finals. Isiah went to 3. So 2 more finals, but 1 more ring. So let's not act like there was a big gap between how they won and all that. Let's not act like, you obviously Magic got 5 and 9, all that, and Jordan 6 and 6 and all that. But let's not act like during that particular era, the Pistons were the next team. They won in that era. So let's not act like, close to 3 straight. But the reality is the style of play, the guard play, especially when you figure Mark Aguirre. It depends if Mark Aguirre, Adrian Dantley interchange with what they were doing and Dennis Rodman, because let's be real, Dennis Rodman would cook Draymond Green. People don't understand. Rodman got over it doing one trick pony then. He would be even more lethal today. If Rudy Gobert can scare people, which he really don't, but he thinks to on TV, and Draymond and his antics, what would Rodman do today with that team? Come on now, Buda Edwards and Rick Mahone. They could beat you. Isiah would actually probably average like 25 plus today. People don't know how freaking bad that cat was. And the microwave coming off the vents with Vinny Johnson. Are you kidding me? Chuck Daly would fit well today. Because he did what Rudy Tomjanovich had with Elijah and did later. But he did what George Karl couldn't do in Seattle and in Denver and in Milwaukee. He pulled it off. He pulled off what Mike D'Antoni couldn't do. Because Steve Nash will tell you that Isiah Thomas was his role model. I'm going to keep it 100. So, yeah, they would have. I agree with Isiah Thomas 100 on that. Because I can give you instances. And I can lean it all the way up to Golden State. And the style of play, guy like John Sally too, just the things they could do. They could throw bodies at you. Yeah. Leading the break. Yeah. Yeah. And you put Isiah Thomas on that Pistons team with Rip and Chauncey. They went to what, 4 or 5 straight Eastern Conference Finals in the OOs. They won about 2 or 3 rings because he was a better player than Chauncey and Rip put together. And I like Chauncey and I respect Rip, but come on now. Isiah Thomas with them, give him the Wallace brothers, Tayshaun, give him that, with Sheed especially, Larry Brown style. That's 2 or 3 rings. That's about 3 rings. Because he can talk it because he didn't walk it. Because his styling, actually, a lot of NBA O's are not to what they did back then. People just don't want to talk about the Pistons. They don't want to get the bad boys they do. But tell me what you think. Please select, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.